Okay, so the last couple episodes of this series have been short, but let's try to see if we can get on a good streak with somebody. I don't even care if it's like a long episode. I care more if like you have some substantial, memorable experience from it. This moves from random land plans played here. Do one damage to all plans here. Okay, I wouldn't get that no matter what. We're waiting for one thing and one thing only, and you know what that is. Bad Moon Rising. What is today's date? So it's always like the middle of the month it does it. I can never remember that. Whenever it's not the beginning of the month, I just kind of get triggered by it. It should always be the first of the month that these seasons reset. That's just like common sense for any card game or any ladder. I don't know why they decide to do it like this. We got a couple new cards from that. That's kind of cool. Are we going to get another legendary? Are we going to get our first zombie legendary? Fuck. Whenever that next row after super rare comes up, even though it's the strategy deck thing, it baits you into thinking, oh no, it's a legendary, like it's the next row, but obviously it's not. It's amazing that in playing this so long too, I still haven't filled up like a full strategy deck. Like, not that I would necessarily want to use one exactly like that anyway, but let's see what these new ones are. And we're playing here hurts a zombie hero. Okay, we've seen this, and it has like the whole reference to whatever Planet of the Apes, and you idiot, you blew it up. The fucking cherry bomb is the real villain here. When a plant, this is quite an elaborate idea for a card, and the whole joke around it. When a plant here hurts a zombie hero, draw a card. Okay, it's not really that good, but overshoot 2. I've never really used the overshoot mechanic. And transform a plant into a random plant, draw a card. Pedalmorphosis. I feel like I haven't hardly seen this ever. It's a fun mechanic, kind of like Evolve in Hearthstone. The only problem is that it's so expensive, and you know, the chances are it could be something shitty, right? What if you get like a 1/1, or it's got to be like, there's got to be a card like this that does it for everything on your board, kind of like Bad Moon Rising except for plants. But double strike, conjure a P, and it gets double strike. It's okay. I mean, conjuration is good, but oh, should we get another disco ball related one? I didn't even know there was such a thing. I guess it makes sense though, like with the Michael Jackson zombie kind of motif. When revealed, create a 3/1 disco zombie and make a 1/1 backup dancer. Not nearly as fun as the that then in turn makes a 1/1. It's not as fun as the Wall Knight thing, but I'm sure I would put it in there. So this would be a fully weaponized jukebox. I gotta keep reading the flavor text too. At least when I get something new, I should. The cosmos is so big and a P is so small. The juxtaposition really makes you think, you know? For when it's time to turn over a new leaf. Okay. What is this one? His friends keep telling him it's too dangerous, but he never listens. He's having a blast. Good one. How this planet came to be. It's another of life's great mysteries. Okay. I mean, this is the kind of game that revels in shit like that. Just like the flavor of it and the, you know, whatever. Sense of personality and the jokes and stuff. The puns. You got like a little Valentine's Day bullshit thing going on here. Wood, gold, silver, bronze, diamond, taco, ultimate. Reach high leagues for best pinatas. I've consistently failed to even get to rank 20, which I did for a couple months there. But then I... well, obviously haven't been playing enough or whatever, so... and I'm not really even saving for anything or trying to do anything particular, but just whatever cards we get are going to be fine. Let's change a couple of these decks. What all new did I get? 5 new things for Combustible. Okay, so we'll still give Captain Combustible the first try just because he's new, but... basically the zombies have been outperforming the plants, or at least the plants have been really disappointing. So we're going to try to place an emphasis on seeing like which zombie is really going to be the standout here and take over basically and go on a good streak, which shouldn't be that hard to do, but I don't really even want these, to be honest with you. When it hurts them, it's too much effort for nothing, but sometimes it's just for the novelty of doing it, I guess. But no, I mean, I would say he's been doing well, but actually none of the plants have been doing really all that well. But I'm kind of happy with what he has. Like, the whole card draw is not really what I need, because the games aren't really going on long enough for that to be an issue. If anything, I just need stuff that stalls it out more. That's fine. We already have... whenever you have that many, that means you would already have it in there if you thought it was worth it. Right? The Poison Ivy has actually been pretty good, but I don't know if I need another one. Or wait, where is it? Yeah, we already have two, so that makes my choices easy. This is a fun card, but I can't imagine it's going to be that good. Because again, you take something that's you take like a 1/1 and you turn it into something better. And it'll be that one instance where it'll win you the game because it'll turn it into like the fucking zucchini or something, right? Some crazy legendary 9/9. But on average, it's too expensive, really. And then that's the same thing. So I like the idea, but I'm not really too... I'm being almost like a little stingy. Like, I think my decks are actually meta or good, which of course they're not at all, but that I'm kind of hesitating to put any of these in there. But a lot of this stuff is things I already have. It wouldn't be bad in this kind of deck because everything is kind of low cost anyway. Right, so the chances of it fucking you over are a lot lower. Let's see if there's something around the 4 cost that I could get rid of to do that. I feel like I'm just satisfied with what I have in most of these, though. I guess this isn't really that good. But, you know, like the purpose of that deck is not to be defensive at all. It's just that somehow... Why would you spend 4 Sun just to do something that's going to heal you? This one I think we already have, or... You know, as long as you have like one of each of these to play at some sort of lip service. There's a 2/4 with team up, which is actually pretty good, right, for the value. But I don't know if I want to get rid of something to do that, to do another one. I really like these low cost ones that you keep buffing up because it's a 1 mana 2/6, it's a 2 mana 2/8, whatever. Like, it becomes really unbelievable values that you can't match otherwise. But that makes you still more of a mid-range deck that you're trying to overwhelm them early and just kind of last it out. Not... You don't really have like a good win condition. It's amazing that I even have 23 with that since I just got him, but I guess a lot of those cards you've been kind of collecting over time anyway. So now let's switch to zombies here. You got 1 new card for Smash, 4 new cards for Infinity, 2, and that's it. I keep expecting there to be a 4th one, but the zombies have been cucked in every sense, both in terms of legendaries and in terms of the... I haven't been using the screen door guys and stuff like the defensive... armor and stuff, even though I like them. Although he doesn't even technically have armor. That's the weird thing about it. Right, imagine that, a cone guy with more armor than you, but... Again, that makes my decision easy because I already had them, so... If I wanted them, I'd already put them in there. Now, this actually might not be so bad because he is very aggro-minded. So let's see if I can't get rid of something... a little bit, This guy we would already have if I wanted him, which I do. So we could do this guy for overshoot, which is not terrible, but it's also not really necessary. 1 mana, 2/1 zombies with 2 or less have bullseye. I mean, again, I'm just going for the standing there. I feel like this guy is almost never good. I could almost... Like, when do I ever get the benefit from that? Who is even in a gravestone here? I feel like almost nobody. But somehow his health value statting... I don't know. I feel like he's not been particularly memorable for me. So I'll give that one a shot, but those are literally... But no, those two are like... Okay, now I do kind of want this other one too. It'll just summon like a bunch of random shit. I kind of like the late game that we have. We could get rid of like one of these, even though that is really good. Sometimes I'm doing this just for the pure variety of it. Like, we got something new, so I just want to use it. So we got rid of a 5 mana 5/5 with a good effect for a 6 mana 4/4 with a whole bunch of shit that's going to flood the board, which again would play into Bad Moon Rising and stuff really well too. What happened? Did I like change the name of it? Alright, and then the last one is just Super Brains, who has never really been much of a standout. I do like the Smash. He does have the 2 legendaries now, right? Because I bought that Smash pack last time for the second time. So the 2 legendaries we have as zombies are both guaranteed legendaries. So he's got 2 of those and 2 of those, which I do love that guy statting as well, as I always say. We have to get Super Brains. What's new? Oh, I kind of fucked up because now... Whatever is new, I kind of already glossed over. And I like having more than 4 of a card because that shows you I'm not even disenchanting stuff. Although I guess I could. I just wouldn't make anything else in its place. Right, I just wouldn't use it. What was even new here? There was at least one thing. I don't even know. I mean, nothing is like only one of it. Whatever, it's probably not important. Yeah, let's see if the zombies can really overtake the plants, but I'll give Captain Combustible the 1 shot. That's what I've been doing lately, is just alternating between the types. So like if I lose with this, I'll go to a zombie hero instead of just the next plant one. Mainly because I don't have enough time to really cover all of them. You got a 2, 3, 4 curve kind of thing. That can be, you know what it can be? You could do like like you could do the pairs on there and then give them both that, but it's too slow of a play. That's the thing. Really, the way it should say this is like to a minion or to a, you know, the fact that it says to a zombie is like, oh yeah, their hero is a zombie too, technically. I mean, I guess when it does that, it just says deal 3 damage, period. It won't say to something. That would mean you can just do it to whatever you want. No, I hate to do this, but I guess... Or no, I mean, it's still worth it, I guess, to do that. Get rid of the guy with the box, even though neither of them have effects. That means this guy's like either a bot or just a very, very stupid Vera Farmiga over here plays this game. Those are always the two actresses I always say have that like natural bitch face, and they're both good actresses, but like Faye Dunaway always had that. She just always looks like she's mad or upset or something. And then obviously Vera Farmiga has that same kind of look to her. Natural resting bitch face. And some of the roles that they play are kind of suited for that too, like Faye Dunaway in Network is like that, or even in Chinatown. Just like a very woman with a lot of baggage, or career-focused woman who is not interested in romance or anything. The psychologist type in The Departed, or even in Up in the Air, how she's not really emotionally available. You know, this would be cute to do, but you're gonna get destroyed, I guess, in the process of doing it. Because, like, you know, now next turn we would have this amazing combo, which would be like, you play this and then you play this, so then you make them both 4/4s, which is pretty good value, but I can't really say that it's worth it to ignore everything he's doing. But he has 0 brains, so it should be the best insult you can ever have on a player. Oh shit, here we go. On a player in this game is just, this guy has 0 brains in real life and in the game. And I'm not even talking about his zombie hero thing, super brains, whatever. But yeah, I'll never get over how popular this game seems to be. Despite how passionate the community seems to be about it, it's still kind of like, you know, we don't actually get the benefit from the environment, but we do get the benefit from the buff. So that's a very sexy play that we have there, which doesn't seem like that big of a deal. That bonus attack thing was actually god tier. Everything Captain Combustible has is just very aggressive and offensive minded. So I do like that because, you know, like at least you're going to commit to it. Why not hack the game and get all the cards? Because number one, I don't know how to, and number two, that's no fun. I like the whole... But I guess everybody always says to do that, or everyone probably does do that. But look at how many of these people I play against who apparently don't do that. Where, you know, we're not going against only tryhards like that. Let's see. This will just do a little bit of damage. I love finishing them off with that. It's kind of like a troll, but I shouldn't even bother. I should do... We could do this. We could buff it, I guess. Maybe a little bit of jumping the gun there, which I shouldn't do, but he should be pretty much done for it. And then I can do a crazy, like, 5-6 damage combo with these two next turn. There was that one episode where, like, I killed 3 people in a row with this effect. Just by sheer chance. Like, it's not that it's such a good effect, just... It always came down to that being the last. Hey, this guy must be a bot. Like, what kind of a play is that? Not that anything he would have done would have mattered too much, but... Yeah, I guess that must be really easy to do, sadly. He still cheats death, but now he can finish off with a trick, which I always say is like a badge of honor to do that, because it doesn't seem to happen very often. There aren't as many like trick-based OTKs as what I would expect. Or I would love to even do it with this, but not quite strong enough. It should almost be 3 because that's not a very good card anyway. 5 mana 3/3 that just does 2. Kind of a unique effect, but yeah, and that's from last week that we didn't even get to do. Yeah, that is sometimes the whole jokes on them kind of thing where, you know, I almost enjoy the progression of building up your collection. And even to the point where not only would I not hack the game for cards, but I would even go out of my way to not even craft stuff as I go or whatever. So like I make it even harder for myself because that sense of progression is half the fun for me, I guess, in a way. Okay, that one's fine, but you have the 4 attack, you have the double attack, and you have the like deal 3 damage out, right? But he would have just moved even if I put it there. But my goal is to just go face anyway. Yeah, I'll never believe that this game wouldn't have bots because it's just unrealistic. Like, who are all these people playing the game all the time, all day, every day? Unless you could say it's a lot of the same people. But even that doesn't seem to be the case. You're gonna try to convince me that the queue times in this game are better than they are in Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering and stuff like that. Which I guess the only way that could be true is if the game like operates on only one server, where like this is actually a little bit dangerous. Like where it's just a worldwide server, so everybody around the world plays on the same one. Whereas in those games, you sometimes have like a EA, NA, EU, whatever servers, and I guess this game also undercuts the matchmaking too. Like you can get matchmade against a rank 40 as a rank 20, so like it doesn't care as much about that. So in a way, maybe it's the fault of those other games, the fact that they basically what do you call it? The fact that they restrict you in both senses. Like, you're only playing in a region and you're only playing against people around your same rank and stuff like that. So that's kind of a good lesson maybe to learn, that if your game's dying out, why not just combine all the regions and combine all that? Even if it does make the matchmaking suffer for it, like, it's often unfair. I don't know, this isn't like the greatest spot to be in. But his hand's kind of burnt out. And sometimes deceptive. You're going to meet real players at like rank 15. Which I rarely even get to in the course of a month. I'm sure some of these are real players. It's just hard to tell. But the queue times in this game are just unbelievable. Like, you never have to wait. It could be midnight. Like, I play it at such random weird times. It could be 6 in the morning. Like, it's always just good. Which is not a bad thing, but or it could just be like really popular in some other part of the world, like in China or something. Because like a lot of the names are like in Chinese characters or something else. So this trading in would be okay. I just have to, I don't know. I could play these environments, but I don't know what good they're really gonna do. Let's just do this. I'm not really under that much threat of dying myself. This is why I don't like anti-hero. Oh, thanks for the follow. That's why I don't like anti-hero, because like I'd rather just have a better statted minion overall. Like pretend it was like a 6 mana 6/5 and like the pumpkin or something, instead of a, you know, this fake little 9 that they can easily deal with. He's really gonna ignore this shit though. You can go here, you can go here, and then I could even still do that. Like imagine how much I'm actually gonna do to him. He has 7 mana though, so I imagine maybe should wait and see. Yeah, see now it's going to be completely useless because he's just going to go, I won't even be able to trade in. I'll have to use the stupid berry. Yeah, my biggest level of excitement is just I'm waiting for Bad Moon Rising to come up again on the stupid event card thing, which I'm sure it will, but it's just taking forever, actually. Okay, so those double strike ones are cute, and they have been pretty good for me lately, but it doesn't sometimes it doesn't seem like the best value. It's just sort of like a dead play. It'd be one thing if it like gave them a bonus attack in the sense that it let you hit them before they hit you, like first strike basically, but that's not actually how it works. You can move this guy around and then yeah, what if I no, but he'll still absorb it with the stupid block meter. That's the problem. I can easily tank that 5. That doesn't concern me. Let's do this, and then let's do... We should just pop his face with the thing. Those block meters gone, unless this saves him. I should at least remember, like, what all the hero cards are for everybody, but I don't know this guy's too well. Super Brains. Draw 2 cards. Could help him. Yeah, sometimes the most competitive day of doing this is actually the first day of the season, because even though it's rank 1, it's kind of deceptive because, you know, people are still going to be better players that normally get to higher ranks who just aren't there yet because they haven't had time to do it. But yeah, we should at least complete this daily quest. Here I am trash talking the plants, but we're actually going on a little bit of a streak. Yeah, this dude's already rank 11, so... Star Killer, also known as Luke Skywalker's original name. It was supposed to be like Luke Star Killer, but then they turned Star Killer into some other character later. I mean, they used the name for it. But I love how stupid the naming in those movies actually is in retrospect, like, which shows you they didn't think about certain things. Like Luke Skywalker is also Anakin Skywalker, like Anakin Skywalker was obviously his well-known name, so like you're trying to hide his relation to Anakin, but you're also trying to you also don't have the presence of mind to change the name. At least with Leia, they do Leia Organa or whatever. And like with even Obi-Wan, like Obi-Wan's hiding, but his known name as his alias is Ben Kenobi. Like you don't know that could necessarily point them to you. Like it's just like they didn't think that far ahead, I guess, when writing it, but you're using the real names that you actually had. Oh, if I just change my first name to Ben instead of Obi-Wan, now they'll never know. You damage to a random plant or plant hero. See, this is one of those rare ones that you almost just never see, for better or for worse. It is a legendary. We could replace that. We could do a bonus attack, which doesn't actually help me too much. Do 1 damage. I could do this, but then I can't. You know what? Maybe we'll just do that and then destroy the guy here, and then we'll just wait. This somehow seems like a little bit of an unfavorable matchup. He's down to 11. Like, we always get our damage in that we need to do, but if they can outlast us a little bit, which the size of his hand is already kind of telling me that, just the fact that he's not going to burn out the way these other people have. So rank 11 at this stage in the month is going to mean that he's actually a try-hard rank 50 who's just on his way there. Like, this 2-5 I can't really do anything about. Oh, I didn't even know you could really do that. You can replace like your own environment, I guess, if you really wanted to. Problem is he's just gonna kill it, like, with that auto effect. I don't know. I'm just getting whatever damage I can, but it's not gonna be very good. Yeah, see, you can just tell immediately his deck is already too good because he's just gonna outlast me. It's not even entirely what you think of with Infinity, but... Oh, I like how you could see the beam kind of through that a little bit. Even as the ice was sort of starting to take over, you could see like the residual leftovers of the beam thing. I think a flash forward would have been nice, but I guess it's the only shot that I have. It's just not the right time to do it. And he's just gonna kill it. That was a total waste. Fuck. It's just like desperation plays though. Like there's no way you can deal with this. We could replace this thing. We could summon a little 1/1. Yeah. Fuck. Can't even do that one. That was obviously a waste of the +4. Weird, we're getting like mid-range by fucking Infinity of all things. Who, I guess I only think of him as an aggro hero, but obviously this guy's got pretty good value cards here. Like that 2-5 was so dominant, the 2-6, because I couldn't do anything about it, and its effect kept destroying whatever I'm summoning. So even as much as I was saying you never see this guy, he's not actually that bad. 4 mana 2-6. You're gonna do 2 every turn at least once. Or plant hero. Does that mean you can no, random, okay. Yeah, clearly it was kind of bad matchup. Even never mind the fact that his deck is just better. It's the fact that why they write it like that with these stupid fucking numerical signs and underscore. He's using a lot of cards that, yeah, I don't really see that often, which doesn't mean they're not good. In fact, it could mean the opposite. It could mean they're very good. Just, you know, you don't see very good cards at the low ranks, though. So the Smash has actually 2 legendaries in here and 2 of those sexy 6/6s. Well, let's see if we can take advantage of it. We still got to play kind of fast paced, but at least we can win kind of a little bit later with that value if they sort of burn out. That's the only thing that scares me more than anything, is just when you have too many cards in your hand. Like, you can play good value stuff, but at least don't keep cycling or generating stuff, which people often do. That's the same one, obviously, is Captain Combustible. This is going to be probably a good turn for this guy. If he doesn't get rid of it, we could be in a good spot. 5 mana 7/8, almost as good as a 4 mana 7/7. So now he won't kill it though, at least. Yeah, let's just get the value out of this for the sake of it, and then we'll just leave it. Move a plant. I don't know exactly what I would want to move here. 4-2. I guess I could force a trade with that, or actually this wouldn't be a bad trade, as much as I want to get face damage in. In a way, I should have just ignored it and just let it be, but it's fine. The flag guy is still alive, but unfortunately I can't take advantage of it really. Or I could use the bowling ball on this dude to keep him alive. Environment gets +3. This is destroy playing with 4 or less. Now I started to maybe play stuff a little bit too eagerly here. I should probably save it for something later, but I don't know. I don't want it to last that long anyway. So we have a couple good late game plays here, mid game plays. And with the flag guy, it'll be even better. So please just don't kill it and let me do this. But I think that's, or yeah, it's already too late. But I mean, you're very fortunate to have that guy survive this long. Because whether it means you play these a little bit early, or whether it means you just play a lot of low cost stuff for cheap, it's good anyway. Yeah, this is the kind of card that I would love and cream over that people don't really understand. Like, I just love the statting of it. That's sometimes all I want from cards, is like just be like actually well statted, which is why I like green so much in Magic the Gathering. Oh shit, dude. Look at this. What would you have to do? You would need an AoE that would be like, you know, somehow a board clear, the zucchini type shit, which I don't know if he can even use. There's very few ways you can deal with this, probably. Yeah, that's really gonna do it. That's like a bot type telegraph play. Why wouldn't you do it on the dolphin guy? Just because you're salty, I guess? It would prove he's a bot because the player would never make such a stupid play, but it would prove he's a human because he must be doing that because he's just mad. And bots don't get mad. And now this makes it seem like we're a tryhard ourselves, but we're a free to play, relatively new player who's not even crafting stuff. Do 6, so that wouldn't even kill it though. That's the beauty of it. Now we go all in with that too. 6/6 heals me. This is like the dream come true setup. If you win this, I don't even care. Like, I gotta give him credit. Deal 6 to zombie hero. That is a little bit scary, actually. I almost would have just died there. That wasn't as easy as you might think, though, given what a perfect setup I had. But his big failure was not getting rid of my stupid thing quick enough, the flag guy. Yeah, Captain Combustible did pretty decent here. Let's see how far the smash can go. Maybe that's all we'll do is just play as these two. But that's at least a good sign that they held their own weight a little bit. So we'll see who... we'll let each of them sort of represent their side of things. Like, okay, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 curve. People always would question why I would keep stuff like that, even in Hearthstone or whatever, but it's probably still going to be better than the alternative. But no, it's like... yeah, we'll let the smash represent the zombies and Captain Combustible represent the plants. So let's see who does better. And that should almost determine who I play first next time. This guy must be using a top tier meta deck. Yugi 8 Moto. Some kind of fanfic fantasy with fucking Yugi and the Pharaoh. That's one of those shows I'm almost embarrassed to say that I watched the full thing of, was the original Yu-Gi-Oh series, and never mind the fact that they made like 1 million more of them. But like, imagine watching a show about card games in which the cards are actually treated as cards in the show. It's one thing, like, okay, you know, Pokemon at least treats them as like real creatures in the world or something like that, but just the marketing aspect of the Yu-Gi-Oh was not the best. But it does succeed on certain levels with the characters. I just think the duels themselves are stupid because they don't follow any like real good rhyme or reason with respect to... they'll just kind of ass pull cards that don't really exist, or even in the lore they'll just kind of do whatever they want, or they'll keep changing how stuff works, and half the dialogue is just them explaining what stuff does. Yeah, like who would watch a fucking show about a card game? But yet there's so many of them, and then there's a couple other shows like that too that are similar. I can't remember, but like at least Digimon and Pokemon at least have that distinction where they try to make themselves about something more than just that. So we'll do this, and then I'll try to combo maybe those two. It almost doesn't seem worth it sometimes to do it like that. You waited so long to play this, and now you're gonna just buff that guy up a little bit. Okay, that's why he's an expensive play. I mean, the way you can judge a play like that is he spent more to destroy it than I spent to play it. And now if I get something else big, like we obviously do have a lot of options there, it would be pretty good. Yeah, let's just ignore what he's doing. I don't even care. Which could be a mistake, but I don't know. I doubt Solar Flare is going to have some kind of crazy shit. He's not doing a very good job rushing me down either, so... that probably means it's not a bot, because he's actually somebody who's a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! And, you know, that just tells you right there. Or if they let you emote at least in this game, then you would know for sure. Yeah, I'm surprised still. This game has been out for so long. It's been out for longer than like Elder Scrolls Legends, let's say, for example. And that game they gave up support on super quick, like after only a year or 2 years, which is unbelievable. That's really shameful that they want to exploit the IP, whatever they want to do, and just they don't even want to put in a little bit of work or time to get it to some level of success. It's like one of those things like, oh, we're just doing it as a pet project, and if it doesn't work, then fuck it. Or like if it doesn't explode really quickly. That's why Blizzard is so ironic as a developer. Like, they'll do something where they copy somebody else, and everybody will say that, like, oh, Hearthstone copied Magic, or Overwatch copied TF2. But then they're the ones who are copied from then on. Like, oh, everybody wants to jump on the bandwagon of, or even like WoW with EverQuest. WoW copied EverQuest, but then every MMO that comes out is a WoW clone. So they're the ones that are being copied. So they copy somebody, and then they make everybody else copy them because they do such a good job, I guess. So then, oh, every game wants to copy Overwatch now, Paladins and whatever, Valorant, and all these kind of things that are inspired by it. And so then you end up in a situation where you're basically, this is a nice, intense, even matchup where we're both sort of in top deck mode, but his board is actually pretty decent, so we'll do that, I guess. Yeah, like WoW copied EverQuest, but then everything became a WoW clone. Overwatch copies TF2, but then everything becomes an Overwatch clone. And then what's the other one? Like Hearthstone. Yeah, Hearthstone copied Magic, obviously. But then you end up having, like, even Magic itself copying Hearthstone with its presentation, and the whole digital space became so hyped up. I guess the one game that gets forgotten about that way is Pokemon did have a digital version before Hearthstone, but other than that, most of the other ones came out after and almost seemed to take inspiration from it. Because like Pokemon Online TCG was like out in 2011 or something, which is maybe even what Hearthstone tried to copy that, but I don't know. Their presentation was just far superior. And I ended up playing that at like the perfect time because, you know, right when it was about to go offline, and I didn't even know it was about to go offline, but it just kind of fell into place, and then TCG Live came out. And yeah, part of the reason why I even started playing this game was because of I would play Yu-Gi-Oh on Friday, so I had gone through Duel Links for a couple months, then I went through Master Duel, but I was so bored of Master Duel because they force you to play into the meta with Synchro, and you can't really avoid it. So imagine me preferring to play a PvZ card game over a Yu-Gi-Oh card game just because, you know, they don't have the option to play in another format. That's all they would have to do. Let you play in some old school format before Synchro, without Synchro, just some sort of alternate stuff all the time that's always available. But somehow they just wouldn't let you do that. You know, maybe you could say I've been greedy by trying to go face the whole time. But I'm assuming I'm going to get one of my higher cost cards to save me here, which this is the one deck where I can really say that. Or obviously Green Shadow is kind of like that too, with the Dark Matter Dragon Fruits and stuff like that. Do 2 damage. As long as this gets the daily quest done, I may be satisfied with that. I mean, I guess we may as well just play what we got. We're both in sort of dire straits, but now he's going to start to take over if I don't get something good, because his board is pretty good here. I mean, he has +2. I may as well just keep doing it. I mean, come on, I have so many strong cards in there, but I'm just not getting them now. 2 of each of those. The 6/7, the 5, whatever, the 6/6 Nurse. I should have almost had a rule where I can't buy too many of those type of things. They give you like guaranteed stuff, because that makes it kind of boring. I could have just bought like 4 of them or whatever. I am actually just going to lose, aren't I? What the fuck? Kind of a way to lose is that. I guess I just played it stupidly because I thought I would get something else. And this guy's a total joke compared to the Brain Anna. I always make fun of how shitty it is. Like, that just gets rid of all your sun versus 2. Or whatever, all your brains. Brain, sun, mana, there's so many different ways to call it. That's so unlucky though. I have so many high cost cards in this deck. They could have potentially helped me, save me. I should have obviously just played on the board more, but whatever. Alright, so they both did pretty decently. Or wait, no, now I feel compelled to give somebody else a chance though to do the last quest of Green Shadow, so we could try to cheese with the dragon fruit. that we never really get to play, though, unfortunately. Yeah, you might question, why do I have 700 gems? But I'll be damned if Bad Moon Rising comes up again and I don't have enough for it. So I'm definitely going to take it. The 1 is okay. This guy's fine. That worked out pretty well. But see, like that 3 could have become like a 6. So then you'd rather, or like a Dark Matter Dragon Fruit. So you'd rather just sometimes keep anything 1 through 4. You'd rather keep if you feel like you don't have a better choice. Especially it depends on the curve of your deck. Most of my decks are pretty low curve anyway. So it doesn't matter, but those would be probably my 2 mid-range or closest to control potential that I have is the Smash and this guy, because they do have some late game plays actually, like whether it be Dark Matter Dragon Fruit or anything else. I could just let that trade, or I could freeze it, or I could have tanked for it too. Zeus God. But no, I think Captain Combustible restored my faith in the plants a little bit because they had really been disappointing. Let's see if Green Shadow can continue that. This should be the last game whether I win or lose. So he's doing it for the daily quest survival here, or effectively what is a weekly quest for me. I guess I forget I even have that sometimes. We're so obsessed with that splash damage. The 3-peater, Dark Matter Dragon Fruit, that is just all good stuff for the... You know what I'll do? I won't even do the buff. I'll do the double strike too, which maybe I should have done it somewhere else. It's interesting how double strike works differently than if there are 2 plants in here, right? Because if there's 2 plants and you get like they would both hit that and they wouldn't hit face, or they would both hit face and like if it triggered the block meter they wouldn't hit you after that. So it's kind of like we could bounce the zombie and we could buff this guy, or we could just buff him, period. We could just buff him and he should survive that. He has no mana. He'll get the stupid block meter thing. Even Wall Knight isn't as defensive as, or like as late game prone for me as this guy, because he doesn't have like a really big plays like that. Oh shit. But no, oh wait, oh fuck. He baited himself and then he baited me. I thought he would actually get that, but then I forgot my own effect, so he fucked up. There was no point in even doing that. Or was there? Maybe he's, I don't know. Maybe he still would have traded. Wouldn't have traded, I don't know. We could bounce this back, or we could even do this. So it might seem like a bad idea, but if it kills that before, then it would be worth it. Like how I always trigger people by playing the Dark Matter Dragon Fruit in the water. It's like, why would you do that? But I'm not doing it to hit 3 rows as much as I'm doing it to make them unable to play tricks. So it's very hard to get rid of it there, because either they have to target it with a very expensive trick, or they have to play something in the water that's strong enough to counter it, which most people don't have. Okay, we're doing fine, but his hand is a little bit concerning to me, because you're not able to actually match the value he's going to have here, probably. When another zombie gets... When played, another zombie gets +2/+2, bounce it. I should probably bounce something myself over here. Just do this. Even though that maybe seems like a waste, and this guy is going to be very dangerous. When hurt, bounce it. Amphibious. Okay, we're not in a terrible spot, but I'm not too happy with the way this is going. Like, why am I not... In the games, the last 2 games have gone on long enough for me to get my high cost stuff and benefit from it. Whereas normally I say that's not the case, but now I'm not actually able to do it because they're not giving it to me when I need it. I don't know why I didn't just play that on the double strike thing. That's what he would expect me to do, I guess. We're still not in a terrible spot, but if I could get like at least one of the 2 Dark Matter Dragon Fruits or something else kind of high cost, would be good. Are you serious? Or now I fucked myself on the leafy thing too, because I won't be able to... Animal plant. What an oxymoron there. Or that's actually good. Oh, fuck. I wanted it to kill it so I could get the leafy thing. Now I feel obligated to play it just to do it for tempo, but he should win because of the number of cards he has. It would take an epic play like the Dark Matter Dragon Fruit to actually make you recover. You know what's interesting is I haven't actually seen anybody play Bad Moon Rising in a while. I guess we'll just go for that. He's getting a little bit low, but I'm kind of not in a great spot. Yeah, I should have appreciated from the beginning, though, how good that card actually was. I didn't realize how one of a kind it was and how, like, it's just such an easy win condition. How many of these games do I have where I'm losing, where it would equalize the thing? Because I have a full board, but they're all weak, and then I end up losing. Or I have a full board and I'm winning by a little bit, and it would just put it over the top. Deal 5, that's perfect to get rid of that guy. I mean, he's almost dead despite my reservations about this position. And I don't like the idea of trading in there either, but it might be worth it to, well, it's not going to matter. I just can't outvalue him though. He's getting too much conjuration and other weird shit. These cards are always annoying because they force you to, you know, like, it's a 4-mana card, so it should basically be a 5/4 anyway, or like a 4/4 at least. You have to go out of your way just to make it what it should be in the first place, which just shows you it's not a very good card. Even that, so what? The best you're gonna do is trade in. It's not gonna save you. And even that buff is pointless because you're going to flip it back anyway. Can you just give me the Dark Matter Dragon Fruit, please? I guess you could now, but now I won't be able to play it. Way to cuck me. It'll give me both, but then I won't be able to do it till next turn. Card draw is often something I don't really need, but I guess as much as I complain about them always having bigger hands, but this is less a function of card draw than just sustained value. Like, they'll play something that sticks around for a while, or they'll keep conjuring stuff and cycling through, which I guess drawing is a form of cycling, obviously, but okay, dude. Yeah, the one game they need to make is like an MMO now with the PvZ. You know, there's like 2 factions and you get to, I mean, we get it now, but I'm not too happy about it. In fact, I'm almost just gonna die. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm just dead. That's so troll, dude. Okay, fine. I'll go back and do another. You know, like, instead of Horde and Alliance, it's Plant and Zombie, and you get to... That is actually a pretty good idea. You get to play as all these different classes and stuff. Like, yeah, that's why even PvZ copied Overwatch to the extent of doing a hero shooter type of thing. We can give Infinity a shot, I guess. I did say that should probably be the last one, but I mean, come on. We spent 2 weeks to do 1 daily quest. Is a little bit unacceptable, but this is the last one for sure. How about that? Whether I win or not. Rank 2 Green Shadow, decent hand. Although I doubt I'm actually going to use that one. Bounce a plant. Yeah, like last week I only won 1 game, but it was because it was a really short episode, even worse than what I normally do. Okay, that's actually a pretty good value card. Whether you trade in or not is fine. And I doubt he's really going to benefit from the P thing too much. This is good, I guess. We're getting off to a good aggressive start as long as he doesn't have a good answer for it. When you play a bean, do 2 damage to the... Okay. Yeah, I've never seen such a contrast to a game that people like so much that's so dead on Twitch, or that is seemingly so active in the sense of finding hues, but also is, you know, is alive in one sense but dead in another. Not that you can always judge everything by Twitch, but it's just... you know, usually it's a little bit of a surprise, or just like a game that I don't really ever hear anything about. I could do that there. You play Bean, yeah, I guess. Is he really gonna... But I guess I can kill it with this before I even have to do that. Then it's still worth it, I guess, for the beanstalk thing. All zombies get deadly, draw a card. I mean, I guess. The problem is it won't even affect the one in the gravestone there. There's no reason to hold stuff back, really, and he feels the same way. We get rid of both of those, we trade in. I love doing stuff like that to the face, or I love when that's like the final lethal blow. It just feels like a troll way to kill somebody. Yeah, that's fine, he's got all his magic beanstalks, but the game's not going to last to that point, obviously. When it hurts to deal 3 damage to a random plant, you could like... You do it that way. And so basically, you'll trade in, you'll hit him in the face, you'll get rid of something else. Not in a bad spot at all. See, we're playing super aggressively and not holding anything back, but we're still winning in the card race as far as his hand. I mean, I appreciate what he's doing, but it's just too slow. You would need some really good value stuff here just to drag the game out, which you're not going to have. Now, the act of doing that won't actually trigger the effect because you mitigated the damage with your stupid block meter. Just mitigate the damage. Okay, that should be pretty good, or we could just still keep slow pacing it, but this should be fine. Play around his effect by just not destroying the zombies, and then instead you tank it to the face. But that is a decent card, but I mean not the one that probably people would say is worth using 500 gems on. But I guess I just wanted to do it for the sake of it. Yeah, that's not too bad. He's obsessed with the beanstalks. I hope the game doesn't actually drag out, or this is gonna get crazy. Oh, the problem is I could have like played those two, but it's not gonna work now. Or in fact, let's just do it that way. We get to play both of those even if we don't get to play the dancer along with him. If he wins now, I mean, that's just pretty much the most impressive thing ever. Turn 6. Bounce the zombie. It'll obviously be the 6/8. It's still fine. You should be dead. Yeah, even better than the Konga zombie doing the effect. Okay, so we do the daily quest, by which I mean a weekly quest that takes me 2 weeks to do, effectively. And then, like, whatever happens now is... Next week when I go into play, it won't give me that quest again, so I'll have to wait till the week after that for whatever reason. It never gives me that like twice in a row. Although now, because it's already been a week, maybe it should. So we get to rank 3. Captain Combustible does pretty well.